very useful to men in all parts of the world since the early times. They provide water to slake the thirst of men, to fertilize their lands, and to provide a means of communications for the goods that transports from place to place.
Early civilization in the world began on the great rivers of the world such as the Indus and the Nile.
Rivers not only provided water for their domestic needs and agricultural purposes, but also enabled the people to move from place to place. Boats or rafts were used to travel from one end of a river to another end. In the same way, goods were also transported. With the transport of goods and the contacts of people between different parts of the world or the same river, there were also many cultural exchange. Thus, river helps to spread civilization.
Since the people in early days did not have the transport facilities, they had to live closer to the river to get the water supply and for the transport purposes. This river will provide the water needed by all the peoples along the bank.
It is true, however, that rivers have also caused much misery and unhappiness to millions of people throughout the history. They have caused floods and destroyed lives and property in all parts of the world. For example, the Huanghe River in China has been described as the sorrow of China because of the destruction that they have caused in the past. However, the nature of river today has been polluted by so many factors all over the world. River pollutants have so many other several causes, such as the discharge from municipal sewage treatment plants, runoff from the urban streets, septic tanks, landfills, and from agriculture. But one of the main causes of river pollution is the waste from the industry. There are many causes of river pollution here in Malaysia. Isa, when you said just now that the awareness of the people is the main cause of why pollution happens everywhere in Malaysia and in other parts of the world, but what are the causes that cause the level of awareness among the people at the lowest?
For my opinion, when we are talking about awareness, the things that we should that can cause the level of awareness is the education itself. In Malaysia, we can see that there's no formal education on environmental awareness. Let's say when we are in kindergarten or primary schools, we don't have any subject related to the environmental. Do you agree with me?
Yes, I totally agree with you on that. Then how about the mentality of the people? Especially the one that they call the third world country?
Yeah, since we are in Malaysia, we are still in the moving towards the we are still in developed country, which is we are not still in what we call developed countries. Most of our citizens, the Malaysians, are still in the third mentality, which is they don't care about the importance.
Taking care of the environment. Isa, how about the law or the enforcement of law here in Malaysia?
Yeah, that's right. That's another point of that can cause the lower level of the awareness among our Malaysians. In Malaysia, we do have a lot of enforcement acts and regulation related to the environment, such as the Environmental Acts 1964 and many more. But the thing is, the enforcement by the government itself is not that strict. You do have the law, but they don't really enforce our people to follow the law.
I see. And how about the corruption? It's everywhere, right?
Yeah, they say it's everywhere. I never did it, of course. I'm a good citizen. I don't do all this bribery and so on. Yeah, but people say there's corruption. But maybe, yeah.
Hey, what are you doing?
What do you mean by that, sir?
Well, why are you throwing that rubbish?
Did I throw it? Oh my god, it accidentally dropped it.
Well, I saw you.
Yeah, maybe I throw it, but
Well, then you should be fine. Show me your IC.
I just threw that thing. So why should you find me?
Well, the law is the law.
So please sir, don't find me. This is my first time. Please sir, don't find me.
Well, okay then, but don't repeat that again, okay? That is one of the main issues that we need to address properly to ensure that the pollution won't happen again.
River pollution. We were talking about river pollution. It can be said that there's a lot of things that can cause the river pollution. But overall, it can be said that man-made is the main causes of river pollution. Our human activities, our daily life, things that we do every day is the main cause of river pollution. Such as, let me say, the industrial waste, or the factories. The waste from the factories, most of our factories nowadays, they don't have the awareness or they don't follow the regulation that being enforced by the government. Most of them, they just throw their waste into the river. Other than that, our farming activities, the fertilizer that we use during the farmings, they use a lot of fertilizer for the farming purposes, but during the rainy days, the surface runoff of the fertilizer will go directly to the rivers. Besides, other than all these causes, our mentality, our human mentality, most of us, we don't really care about the environment. We just do on our waste in whatever activities. Even though there is a lot of regulation and there's, let's say about this rubbish, you can say there's a dustbin there, but if the dustbin is quite far than you just simply just throw it like that.
Speaking of river pollution, Isa, what are the effects of river pollution to the society, to the environment, to the human?
When we are talking about pollution, there is a lot of things that can affect it. In fact, it's not only about river pollution. There's a lot of things that can be affected by river pollution. As you can see, this is one of the effects of river pollution, where the aquatic life will die. Yeah, see the fish here die already. Okay, now we are with one of our citizens here around here, and we want to ask him about his opinion regarding the river pollution. So do you think, sir, what do you think about the river pollution in Malaysia
Sebab
nowadays?
penjagaan sungai yang tak dijaga dengan betul. Lepas tu daripada segi projek sana projek sini yang tak mengikut peraturan-peraturan yang
So bagi abang, dia adalah pihak berkuasa ke, masyarakat kita sendiri ke, macam mana?
ini melibatkan daripada pihak banyak pihak jugalah.
Ya.
Masyarakat kita pun macam itu juga
Memegang
kan.
peranan jugalah
Memegang juga
dia
kan.
buat kan ni.
Dan setakat walaupun kerajaan
Membuat banyak
membuat
atas
harta pun daripada sikap kita sendiri pun kalau tak tu pun tak bekerjasama pun menjadi salah satu punca dia kan.
Tapi bagi macam pendapat abang, kita ada akta ya tentang macam bangunan tepi sungai dan banyak lagi. Tapi pihak kerajaan akan memantau projek tu sendiri setiap bulan. Tapi kita tengok pencemaran tu still ada. Adakah abang adakah pemantauan daripada pihak berkuasa tu tak berkesan ke? Macam mana? Ke boleh kata ada isu rasuah mungkin?
Mungkin rasuah tu mungkin ada jugalah kan. Tapi benda ni pun daripada diri kita sendiri, sikap kita, masyarakat kita, tak kira daripada pihak kerajaan ataupun diri kita sendirilah.
So bagi dapat abang, secara keseluruhannya dah dia sebab utama dalam pencemaran ni dah kita sendiri.
Kita diri kita sendirilah.
Masyarakat kita Malaysia
Masyarakat kita juga ya.
Okey, terima kasih banyak.
Ya, sama.
In conclusion, it is hopeful that we, as a human being that lives temporarily in this world, must together take care of our river to ensure that it can be used and clean enough for our grandchildren in the future.